going on, everybody? I hope you're all feeling fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about The Girl in the Spider's Web, directed by Fede Alvarez. This movie isn't a sequel or a prequel to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's based off the fourth book in the Millennium series, and they're going with the full reboot. In addition to a new director, the cast has been revamped as well. We get Claire Foy coming in to take the lead of Elizabeth Salander, with Sverre Gunnarsson, Sylvia Hoeks, and Lakeith Stanfield coming in to fill out the cast in a story that, to sum it up, pretty much follows Salander as she takes a case that pulls her into a world of government corruption and cyber criminals. Now, I thoroughly enjoy the Millennium series films. The Noomi Rapace trilogy is exceptional. I thought she completely killed it in the role of Salander. The David Fincher American adaptation with Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara certainly does have its merits. It was about 20 to 25 minutes too long, but was still a very dark, grim, flat-out eerie crime thriller that I still enjoy revisiting from time to time. I think Fede Alvarez is one of the great up-and-coming filmmakers in my opinion, and I always am buying what Claire Foy is selling, so I was highly curious about what this reiteration of the franchise would deliver. I was honestly hoping for a very well-crafted film visually, a story filled with eccentric, mysterious, and interesting characters, as well as a plot that would peel back some ominous and seedy layers with a lot of appealing international locations. After watching, I will say the direction was on point. It was a polished film that was loaded with a lot of crisp, immersive visuals. The action in the film was very well captured, with a lot of angles that delivered the impact and intensity that they needed to really pull me up in my seat. The storyline also had more action than the past films, and while that was a surprise, I have to say that all the set pieces were very well done. The settings and backdrops all brought their own different visual appeal, with a lot of wide sweeping pans and aerial shots. I thought the lighting, the production design, the wardrobes, and the cinematography were all exceptional, and it resulted in a beautifully crafted film that felt cold and moody with a modern international vibe. It also had some very well crafted motorcycle and chase sequences that really did build up a lot of suspense. Claire Foy as Elizabeth Salander was also fantastic. She poured herself into this role. She captured more than enough anger, intensity, and internal torment. I thought Foy was more than capable in the action scenes with some awesome physical acting. She really did embody that tough, intelligent, but broken character type with ease, and I was easily able to get behind her as the focal point of this film. Lakeith Stanfield was another strong addition to the film, and while his subplot may have been a little bit routine, I still thought it was very entertaining to just see him take on another character of a different type. He continues to build onto his acting range in this one by feeling more than capable in an action-heavy role. He also brought some intensity to his character that really worked for helping him make an impression on this movie. But on the downside, I did have some issues with this movie, primarily from the writing side. Like I said, I thought Foy was excellent in the lead, but her character's creation on the writing side left her with only flashes of Elizabeth Salander in her. I thought Foy was without question a fantastic, strong, female lead character that could work in nearly any film, just one that doesn't have her tatted up with a dragon on her back, because I thought she created a more independent character than she felt like a reiteration of an already established one. I think that similar notion kind of reigns true about this entire film. It's a solid one for the genre, but a letdown as an adaptation. It's a more than serviceable crime thriller with a story that does have some layers to it, but nothing overly fresh. It splashes in some action, provides some excellent production design, as well as a great musical score to sort of mask over some weak character dynamics. It's not perfect, it's by the numbers, but overall very well crafted. However, as a film with the dense source material that this one had, it felt like honestly a glossed over adaptation that seemed much more intent on reaching a wider audience than it wanted to appeal to the more niche demographic that the other films and the novels live in. It felt like it was missing that raw seediness that the other ones had. It felt like a film that didn't quite step on the gas, and I was honestly disappointed by that. The storyline was serviceable, but also overly procedural. It felt much more like, honestly, a watered down Bourne film than it did a Dragon Tattoo movie. I was hoping for a plot with a bleaker crime-themed mystery that really explored the characters, one with a methodical, foreboding pace that had some strong, dark, sinister moments, and in the end it felt very cleaned and polished, but too much in a studio sense, specifically through the tone of the story. The progression of the narrative overall felt much more convenient than it did complex. I felt the addition of Michael Blomkvist was kind of tacked on. I never was really able to feel the chemistry or connection between he and Salander. I also felt that the use of computer hacking was very weak at times. It was kind of oversimplified, and it felt much more like a a plot device to just maneuver the story in different directions, and it lacked a lot of appeal. I found some enjoyment in the story for what it was. It had some fun twists and turns and some flashes of the source material, but I also feel it didn't have the complexity to warrant a 2-hour runtime, which did make the pace drag a bit at times, given it wasn't diving too deep into the characters. I definitely think had some of the subplots been revealed earlier, the intrigue throughout would have been much higher, and it would have made the middle of the film resonate with me much more and not seem like such a drag. Overall, it's definitely a solid film, but didn't hit its potential, and I'm going to have to give The Girl in the Spider's Web 70% on the entertainment meter. I think mainstream audiences will enjoy it enough, but I think fans of the past films or the novels will be let down. It kind of felt like it held back on the overall tone, and it did hinder the finished result. It was a good crime thriller, but a very routine one that felt like many others in the genre when it definitely didn't need to. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you all. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. The link to my official website, all my social media and merchandise store links are going to be down in the description below. And in the event, me talking to you guys about movies every couple days is not enough Anthony in your life, I now have a second YouTube channel with a growing collection of non-movie related content for you guys to check out, and I'll see you guys next time.